Alright, peace and greetings YouTubers. So welcome to another edition of In the News, where I just talk about different things that are trending and we just dissect the subject and go right into it. I wasn't even about to talk about this specific topic, but y'all gassed it up on social media and sized it up all my comments and mentions like, oh, I know you about to talk about this. I was like, I really wasn't, but okay, let's jump into it. So Azealia Banks and Remy Ma, and I'm also going to tie in Chris Brown and Kevin McCall because they beefing too. Azealia Banks and Remy Ma have some kind of beef going on. I'm going to be honest, I don't know the origin of what started it. I don't know who did what, but all I know is I looked on social media today and there was this long rant from Azealia, and I think somebody else had like then she posted like an 11-minute rant, and Remy posted this and some text messages and some screenshots and a Facebook Live this and an Instagram this and so on and so on. It's been going on all weekend. And then Chris Brown's situation, Kevin McCall made some kind of post on Instagram about Chris. You know, he pulled up on Chris and Chris wasn't about it, this, that, and the third. Every time I roll up on him, he ain't this, that, and the third. Chris pretty much posted some laughing emojis like, yeah, okay, and went on his way. But apparently those are the two beefs for the night. And so let me just jump into it. By the way, I'm extremely tired, so if I'm blinking a lot, it's just my eyes want to go to sleep. So as soon as I do this video, I'm going straight to my bed. Here's my thing on it. Can y'all just make y'all music and be great? Just make your music and be great. At this point, like, they're all talented. Just let your talent speak for itself. Y'all always beefing with some nonsense. I'm not even going to really pull Chris into this one because it doesn't look like he started this one. But, like, as far as the Remy and Azealia and everybody else, like, can y'all just do your music and be great? And what gets under my skin with these specific situations are that while a lot of these hip-hop and R&B acts are beefing and being distracted by a lot of nonsense, the pop acts just keep swarming in. And I mean, they're swagger jacking their sound, their image, their producers, everything. And so pretty much a lot of the pop acts are pretty much just doing hip-hop and R&B records and passing it off as pop. And they're getting all these accolades and awards, and they're breaking these streaming records and YouTube views and everything. And then you go back to the hip-hop and R&B acts, and I'm like, well, what do y'all have to show for the whole 2017 that you spent fighting with somebody? You don't got a whole lot to show for it. You wasted your time. So my thing is, do your music and be great. Speaking on Remy, because I'm going to speak on Remy and Azealia. My thing with Remy is this. Remy is running around here like she has a whole lot of time for nonsense. She's running around like there's a whole lot of time to entertain us. And I say that because Remy Ma is not extremely young anymore. She's not old, but in this music industry, especially hip-hop, and especially with her being a female rapper, and I don't like saying the word female, so I'm going to say it a few times. I know some of y'all don't like that, but my bad. But for her being a woman in hip-hop, you already know that ageism is a thing, especially with black women. And that's not even just hip-hop. That's R&B, that's pop, anything. You don't get that luxury of having a whole lot of time to waste. Remy Ma, I believe, is somewhere between the age of 34 and 38, I think. And so at that point, that is extremely ancient in hip-hop years, because you know the industry's fickle. After like 23, 24, you're considered old. This is why record labels don't like to sign anybody over the age of 25, because they feel that you can't build an audience with the youth demographic once you're over that age. You know, if you start out at a younger age, like somebody like a Beyonce, who I think is 37 or 38 now, she can do that because she's been out since she's 18. She already had a fan base there. But Beyonce wouldn't have been able to come out at her current age today, coming out cold, and would have had the same machine behind her, because they'd be like, you're not marketable, you're too old now. That's just the way the industry works. And so it's kind of like, you know, you have to put your focus in your talent, and while you have that time and you've been given that lane to, you know, put out your content and build your fan base, go for it. Why are you wasting your time arguing with Azealia? Like, what you doing? And I mean, the thing about it is, like, I don't really follow Remy like that, but, you know, I did recognize that she said when she was on the Breakfast Club, like, she feels like she's a new artist, like she's really only 2 years in the game. She had a career before she went to jail. You know, she had a terror squad stuff. She had her own solo stuff. Went to jail for, I think, what, she sentenced 8 years. I don't know if she did the full 8 years. I think she only did 6. I might be wrong. And then, you know, she reemerged once she got out. And so she was lucky and got a second chance. And so I think what gets me is, like, she just has this multi-million-dollar deal. And this is something a lot of women in entertainment are not getting. Especially if you've been out of the business for 6, 7, 8 years because you were in jail and you're over the age of, like, 25. They've given her an opportunity that most entertainers are not getting when they fit that same demographic that she's in. So I'm like, she needs to take advantage of that and make her music and go be great. You know, you ain't got to beef with everybody all the time. Like, just, you do you, Remy. And then as far as Azealia Banks, when I look at Azealia could have been huge. She could have been great. Like, 2012, when she dropped 1991, I was like, okay, this girl's dope. Like, you know, lyrically, she gets it in. She's very creative. The imaging, all that. I'm like, she can be something. But every 5 minutes she got something going on. Every time I turn around she got something. Like, she mad at everybody all the time. I'm like, what you mad at? Like, man, what you so mad about? Damn. And You know what I mean? And so she's lost out on a lot of opportunities. There's been lots of doors to close on her. And I personally think that she's dealing with something that happened to her that could have been mentally traumatic, and that's her way of dealing with it, is lashing out at different people. But it's like she's mad about everything. Like, man, it's like she'll be driving and the traffic light turn red, and she start dissing the traffic light, she'll get out and I don't know, beat up the whole traffic pole and try to chop it down or something. Like, I don't know. Like, man, but and I like Remy, or not Remy, but well, she's cool too. But I like Azealia, but she's just, I can't figure her out, because one day she'll be like super down and pro-black and, you know, Black Lives Matter this and Mother Africa this, and then the next day she's like bleaching and endorsing bleaching cream. I'm confused. I'm like, what? Wait a minute, wait, whoa, that's not how this works. So my thing is, make your music and be great. You know what I mean? Like, put your energy into something creative. If somebody's doing something that's foul and you're not down with it, you don't like it, you put it in your talent. You let your creativity speak for itself, your passion. Like, that's how a lot of the great projects come out. That's how some people's best work comes out. You know, when they're frustrated, when they're mad, when somebody's done them wrong. You know, they put it into what they're creative, you know, what, damn, I cannot talk tonight. I'm so tired, y'all. You know, they put it into what they're creative at. They put it into what, you know, where their passions lie. So I think of something like Michael Jackson and the Thriller album. Thriller specifically happened because Michael Jackson was pissed off that he only got 1 Grammy for the Off the Wall album. Like, if you follow me and you follow like my R&B is Dead series I've been doing for a few years, I talked about what was going on with black music between 1978 and 1982. And so Michael Jackson was one of the few artists that did not fall victim to what was going on with a lot of black entertainers at that time. And so Off the Wall was this album that sold, like, I think like 10 million albums, which was unheard of for a black artist at that time, because our music was pretty much blacklisted at the time. And so he just knew that he was about to walk out of there with at least 3 or 4 Grammys, or at least an album of the year or something. You know, he got one little rinky-dinky Grammy, and he was like, oh, hell no, okay, cool. He was pissed off. Quincy, let's go, round 2. He went there, boom, here comes the Thriller album. You know what I mean? When people are frustrated, when you're mad, that's when your great stuff comes out. Okay, even the woman that made Be a Mary Jane, I can't think of her name, not Maria. She's married to the husband too, and they worked on it together. But long story short, her story, y'all can look up her name. I'm so mad I messed the name up. But she pretty much was talking about, when I was in New York, I was at one of the film festivals, some panel thing. And so she was talking about how she was frustrated. She was working at some agency or something like that, working under somebody who was like, you know, in Hollywood. And he kept just dismissing all her ideas. And she'd be pissed off, so she'd go back home and she just kept working on a certain project and kept working on it. And eventually that project became the Girlfriends sitcom, which was on for like, what, 6 or 7 seasons or 5 seasons? I can't remember. And so, you know what I mean? Like, when you're frustrated when something is going on, put it into something that will actually, you know, sprout something. Now, Remy, I'll be fair, has been putting out music. I don't know if Azalea's been putting out music. I don't know. I don't follow her enough. Y'all let me know in the comment section what's going on. But with all of them, just do y'all music, okay? The rest of us got to work 9 to 5s we don't feel like going to sometimes. Y'all are out here living y'all best life, getting paid to do exactly what it is you want to do. So go and do it. You know what I mean? Anyway, so that's my 2 cents on that. Like, just make y'all music and be great, honestly. The Daniel Shaver situation. I don't know if you've seen this video. It's been circulating on the internet. It's pretty much, it's a video where this guy, and he ends up getting killed by the police. They're in a hotel. The police give this guy a million different directions. It was like playing Simon Says in order to live. Like, they had him put your hands up, now get on the ground, now roll like a dog, now we want you to crawl. Like, they made him crawl, and then, unfortunately, when he was crawling, he did something where he, like, did, like, a reach back. I don't know what he was reaching for. A lot of people think he was trying to, like, pull his shorts up, because he had on, like, basketball shorts or something, and as he was crawling, they were kind of, like, sliding down, and so people think he was, like, reaching back to try to, like, pull it up. But before he could do it, the officer just shot him, like, 5 or 6 times, just like, pop, 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 pop. And the guy died. And oddly enough, that officer got off. And what's interesting with this case is, like, this is a white guy that got killed. And my question with the whole situation is, because I've already told y'all my 2 cents on everything. I've told y'all, like, the country is becoming a police state where the police pretty much get to do whatever they want to do, and it is what it is. My question is, I was like, where are all the Lives Matter people at? Like, I ain't seen none of them. Like, because, you know, every time we would say some shit about, you know, what was going on with black people who were being killed, and we would speak out on police brutality, it was always, oh, we're doing the most, and all lives matter, and blah, 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 blah. And so I just knew the All Lives Matter crew was going to be out there marching and kicking over trash cans. I ain't seen nobody. It's silent. It's just mute. I said, okay. So somebody riddle me that and answer that in the comment section. Where do All Lives Matter people at? Because that was really foul what they did to that man. And you feel bad because the man was scared. He complied. And what's really jacked up about that video is they could have handcuffed the man minutes into the video. Like, there were multiple opportunities to go ahead and cuff the man. But the officer who had the gun, mind you, it was like an AR-15 or whatever them little crazy guns are. The officer was so gung-ho about having that element of power and ego and control over somebody else that he let it play out and play out and play out and play out. And even after he shot the guy, there was like no remorse. There was no anything. It was just like it was another Tuesday. All right, y'all clear, let's go. I was like, yo, whew, yeah, we in a police state for real. Goodness. Next thing, apparently there's going to be some woman coming out tomorrow with some more allegations against the current president as far as sexual assault. I think it's supposed to be 2 women. My thing about it is this. At this point, y'all already elected the man. Y'all done let him do whatever he wanted. Y'all got Roy Moore about to possibly win a Senate seat. So I can't figure out exactly what I'm supposed to expect from this. Because, listen, for all of Trump's base and his supporters and all of y'all going to have to answer me. Just, can y'all let me know what decisions, what was going on in 2017? Y'all just have to explain all that to me. Because nobody knows where y'all are at when it comes to consistency and what y'all stand for, because apparently y'all are evangelicals and those are apparently Christians, but I don't see a whole lot of Christian-like anything coming out of that demographic. And it's like y'all about to have a damn pedophile be a state senator and everything else like that. I'm over it, or I'm done. I don't know. So I don't care. The women are going to come out. Nothing is going to happen. It's not going to get Trump impeached. Trump is going to still be doing what he does. It is what it is. I'm over the whole GOP. I'm over politics. The Democrats get on my nerves too because they're weak and soft as shit and they don't have any backbones either. All of them get on my nerves. Like, oh, it's exhausting. But the GOP, oh God, it's like they just wake up looking for stuff to mess up this year. Like, they're like, what can we mess up today? Whose life can we ruin? What can we take away? Like, next they're going to start taking away our oxygen. We ain't even going to be allowed to breathe. Congress is going to have to vote on whether or not we're allowed to breathe. Like, you're going to have to pay a fine to breathe. And if you poor, you just out of luck. You just gonna have to suffocate and die. Like, that's where it's getting. What else happened? Oh, then, Lord. Now, y'all know I had not been watching the NFL this season for various reasons. But I did see on Twitter the whole thing with the Seahawks. Y'all know me. I'm from Seattle. Seahawks are my team. And I'm a real Seahawks fan, not one who just jumped on the bandwagon when Pete Carroll became coach. I was there for the Ricky Watters years. All right. But anyway, you have Quinton Jefferson. Everybody mad at him because he done went and tried to fight somebody in the crowd. After they lost the game. Well, he actually, I think he got ejected from the game. So on his way out, you know, hecklers and the audience started talking their shit and everything like that. And, you know, pretty much what I saw. I don't think he was specifically originally trying to fight anybody in the crowd, but somebody threw a cup. I saw somebody throw the cup at him, and that's what triggered everything. And then, you know, he was trying to climb the rail and get up there. And the thing about it is, because I'm like, man, what you doing? But at the same time, I fully can understand the rage. It's already bad enough to play a game in front of like 70, 80,000 people and then either you get ejected or you lose. It's already frustrating enough. But the worst thing is when you're walking back to the locker room and you're not at your home arena or stadium anyway, and you got to hear people talking trash about you at the same time, and you know good and well if y'all were on the street they wouldn't say that to you in the first place because you're 10 times bigger than them. That might be a little frustrating. I understand. But I will say this. A whole lot of people are trying to be a super over the top and we're so conservative and we're so morals this. I don't want to hear shit because half of y'all are hockey fans and y'all fight about everything and anything all the time. So if you're a hockey fan, I don't want to hear nothing about Quinton, whatever his name, Quinton Jefferson. I don't want to hear nothing about Quinton Jefferson if you're a hockey fan. Because listen, hockey, all the fighting. So I swear I saw a game one time. Homeboy went on the thing. He didn't even have a freaking the skates on. He just went out there with a stick, ready to fight. So I don't want to hear it. Save the whole morale and the children are watching. I don't want to hear it. But yeah, Quinton, yeah, you can't be jumping up in the stands trying to fight because once you hit one of them people, that you're gonna have to pay at least 6-7 figures. So just don't do it, man. Just go in the locker room and cry like everybody else. You'll be okay. Reminds me of the Pistons back in remember 89, 90, 91, maybe even 88 when they were considered like the bad boys of the NBA. It was like Isaiah Thomas and Dennis Rodman and them, and I forgot the white guy that was on the team. But remember, they used to always get in all the fights and everything. Then you fast forward some years, then there was that situation with Ron Artest, but that's what I was thinking of. But it is what it is. I don't know. I was supposed to do some more stuff on Roy Moore, but I don't. Man, F him. I'm over it. Do I think Roy Moore is gonna win his Senate seat? I don't know. I can't put it past Alabama. I can't put it past anybody because, again, 2017 politics, I don't know. We'll see what happens, though. But if anything happens, I'm not shocked at all. Pretty much, that's it. I'm going to bed. I am exhausted. I don't know. It's 2:20 a.m. All right. Anyway, so share your 2 cents. Remy and Azealia fans, don't fight me in the comment section. I'm not trying to come at y'all people. I'm just saying that's what I observed. Just everybody get together. Anyway, I'm out. Subscribe.